Are you
Well, here we are on YouTube. Am I whelping us in? Now I am.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us here on Twitch, on Discord, on wherever it is you're joining us from. This one, I mean, we'll try. We will try. But yeah, we will. Oh, it is from Codename Witch. Okay. Well, that's good.
Codename, do you want us to say your real first name, or I don't know if she wants to be referred to as Codename Witch. Do we just say Witch? I mean, because the code name is Witch XX, like, or Kiss Kiss, right? Do we just say, hey, Witch, Kiss Kiss? Maybe that's what she wants to be referred to as.
So there is a write-up on Patreon on this somewhere. So Ryan's going to be looking that up. Just kind of introduce
us in and explain that this will probably be only on Patreon after the Twitch.
Yeah, we try all of our videos to get uploaded. Certain ones where we're afraid that it's going to give us a strike, we just avoid them altogether. But pretty much everything that we do, we attempt. And what happens is it just sits there kind of in limbo sometimes. Sometimes it comes back as being hard blocked. And then other times it comes back where they release the claim. They get the money for it. That's great. We try. We always try. Taylor Swift has been very challenging to get a whole lot pushed to YouTube. So
I've got the message here from Witch Kiss Kiss. Okay, she goes, hey guys, super happy I found your channel. Well, thanks, Danny. We're super happy you found us. Loving the Taylor reaction so far. Oh, okay. So far. I guess that leaves room. There's a chance that people will stop liking our react, which is fair. That's fair. Mm-hmm. Was there more that you wrote up there? I am thinking her Reputation Stadium tour on Netflix. Yep. Let me know what you think. Thanks, Danny. Did you write more than that? I'm sorry if you did, Danny. There's been some write-ups on this. I don't think... Tell me if I'm wrong. If you want... Here's the thing, Danny. Since you're in the chat... Actually, this is what you can do for us, Danny. You're the subject matter expert here, okay? When we get to the next song or whatever it is, can you just let us know if we've heard the song? Like, I don't know the songs as well, of course, as you guys do that are on our Twitch. So let us know if we've heard the song yet and what album it's from. We've listened to all of the Reputation album. This is the Reputation tour, so I suspect a lot of songs will come from the album. But there's songs that are before this album that you and I are probably not familiar with. It'd be kind of fun to let us know what song we're about to hear and what album it's from. If there's a song that we listen to that's from a song that we haven't reacted to, that's on a previous album, but you think we should listen to the studio version and or the music video that goes with it, join our Patreon, give us those requests. Okay. Mm-hmm. So right away, we've heard the first two songs in this movie. Okay, so without further ado, I'm very excited. Let's just... What I'm going to say, Danny, if there's anything you wanted us to say or do or know about before each thing, by all means, just do it live with us right now. And there you go. Okay.
Yeah. We got quite a few comments while we were doing the Reputation album that, you're going to love this live. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. There was quite a few of those references. So I think that set us up nicely, having just done the album. Because we just literally finished listening. So today we're going to just go straight into the tour. I think that's good, actually, to kind of seamlessly go in. Otherwise, I think we'd forget a lot more.
Yeah, no, this is great. I'm legit excited.
Yeah.
It's not a fake reaction. I was accused today on my... Funny, I brought up my side note here. One of my old videos on my first channel. Like, people still comment on, which is great. People are still finding my old channel and commenting on stuff. Someone said that I was... This is your first time listening, liar. I'm like, here we go. I know. One thing I've never done, and we never fake listen to anything for the first time. That comment alone triggers me because it's like, okay, you can disagree with my opinion, but saying that I'm a liar is really bothersome. Yeah,
we go out of our way actually to like protect ourselves so that we don't hear things ahead of time.
That's right. Okay, anyway. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, I've already seen this whole tour, by the way. Oh, is the captions on? Just make sure they're on.
Woo! I love...
I love it.
There's just something awesome about her charisma. Obviously, yes, she's gorgeous and she's got great moves and all these things. But
never noticed.
Yeah, I saw your face drooling as you're watching.
How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah. There's something just really captivating about that charisma on stage because she's a performer as well. And I think that's really what, to me, like, this is why I wanted to see this tour, is because we've heard lots of her. And we've seen snippets, and we really like watching, when she performs, because she's got a really great stage presence. It's more exciting to watch than even just listening.
I was legit excited to do this. We might not do this in so many parts. I don't know. We'll just keep going, because already I'm like, You know what I mean? Like I'm just digging this right now already. That's a very easy thing to watch.
Yeah.
Great opening song. Of course, it's the track. I don't remember if it's the first. I think it's the first single from the album. That's right, because that's the whole idea. Are you ready for this? My sound.
Yeah.
Who I am now. Yeah. People are saying that apparently was real audio clips. Okay. I guess the news media today is so scripted. It's so scripted, and the people that do news now are such actors that it almost sounds like acting.
It very well could have been acting, but those are actual quotes.
Well, that's what you were saying. That's what I'm saying. I can't tell if it was the real audio footage that we heard, that people heard on TV or whatever.
It sounded so clear. That's why I thought, well, maybe they're just taking the liberty of getting actors to say the lines. Yeah.
The news media is such garbage and so scripted and so propagandish. I hate it. Anyways, and of course Taylor is a victim of that, of course, because it's like, oh, things are heating up for Taylor. Oh, look at her, she's doing this. And I get it. It must be very exhausting to be like, I'm just giving to charity because it's a nice thing to do. She can't even give to charity without being accused of promoting herself. It must be exhausting.
It's exhausting sometimes on our own channel, and we're so tiny. Yes. It's funny how some of those negative comments sometimes just hurt the most. And I know you're just supposed to let it go, let it slide off, whatever, be a bigger person. And usually we are. But every once in a while we get some that are just like, oh, that was really hurtful. Why would you say that? You know? And I can see, take that times like, I don't know.
Well, you know, to be fair to ourselves and to Taylor or any celebrity or any person is, it still hurts because even think about somebody at work. You know, you work with 10 people at your office or whatever. And you got one person who just hates you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that 9 people like you. It's that one person that you find it's something that we all have to work with. I have to work with it. I work with people that I know there's a couple that don't necessarily like me. I'm just living my life. I'm not doing anything. I would understand if you didn't like me because I insulted your family or went after you. Then it's understandable. But when you just live your life and then people don't like you and you haven't done anything, it becomes exhausting. So even if you're just a small-time person like us, it still hurts. And so, of course, it would hurt a celebrity because they're people too.
Yeah.
So little side notes here. There's 52,000 people in attendance. The stage is the size of a 767 plane. She was like 19 or 20 when she won that album of the year, I believe is what people are saying. But Billie Eilish might have beaten her just recently, so good for the Billie. But still, all records are made to be broken, as they say. People are saying that they cried the whole time as well. Hey, look, I've been to over probably close to 70 to 80 concerts in my life. It is an emotional experience. I've never truly cried. There's been a couple shows where I got really emotional. I don't, tears didn't come down, but I got choked up. Different artists with different songs mean a lot to me. So I get it. I know what it feels like to be at a concert. It's real. The energy of the crowd and everything. It's a real spiritual experience. Like, it does feel great when everyone's combined with that emotion and cheering. And
I know what you're talking about. I've been to enough to know that feeling of feeling like connected to the artist and feeling kind of like you're part of it.
All right. So we know the next song as well, apparently. So let us know what the third song is and what album it's from. So kind of just be like one song ahead, if you don't mind there.
Trust a narcissist.
Wow.
So here's a good question for the Swifties. Has Taylor always been a dancer? Has that always been part of her performances, or was that just something that came in later, or is that just kind of always been there? Just
it's definitely more choreography going here, because we know her earlier stuff, what little I know, but she was country-ish, you know, so she had a guitar, and she was so obviously she wouldn't be dancing with her guitar, so to speak. So I'd be curious to know when the sort of the dance choreography, costumes, all that stuff kind of kicked in. So this is like a Broadway show, and I mean that with the utmost respect, because Broadway is the top performing arts in the world. It's Broadway, right? So this is like a Broadway production times 1,000. It's huge. It's big. The dance movements, the choreography, all this stuff has to be planned to a T. Like the amount of hours she had to put in. You and I, or me in particular, you and I were broadheads, we're metalheads, and look, to the credit, what I'm getting at is like one of my favorite bands of all time for 4 decades now is Metallica. You know, I've loved them for decades. They don't work together as far as like, okay, when I do this with my guitar, I want you to do that with your guitar. We'll do it together. And,
they don't coordinate. Now, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the coordinate. They don't coordinate any kind of movements. Now, they still practice and hone their craft. These guys are actually really famous they rehearse every show. Like, they do mega rehearsals. They're actually very good about that. So they do their practicing, rehearsing, but they don't line up their movements on stage. They know where each other is on the stage. They don't bump into each other. But so what I'm getting at with Taylor, it doesn't make it better or worse, but to her credit, she creates these songs, she records these songs, she sings them live, and then on top of that, she lifted up the girl with her hand, and then She shakes her hips to the other guy and he goes flying away. Like, you got to remember to do that stuff because the people that you're working with are waiting for you to do it. So the dancer that's on the floor, she's on the ground and she's waiting for you to lift her up, so to speak, with this invisible string, and she arches her back. She's waiting for Taylor. If Taylor didn't do it, the girl or the lady on the ground wouldn't move. We take it for granted watching the show, but these are planned, practice, timed, and with the songs, the beats, like, oh, this is exhausting. The amount of work that goes into each song and performance.
What people are saying is that, no, she didn't start out dancing. That wasn't a thing. She's always made fun of herself, self-deprecating humor about how well she dances. That's actually been evolving over time. That's something that she's introduced. I wonder if that's her choice or if it was pressured. I would assume it's her choice at this point. At this point, it's because it's a
conversation she has with her team. She has a team, the Jack Me Off producer and others, and I would assume they have to have a discussion, like, what are we doing this tour? We have to amp it up. Like, that's why Ticketmaster crashed with their latest tour, her Midnight's tour. I don't know, has that thing started yet, the Midnight's tour? Ticketmaster crashed with just whatever reasons. The point is because she's such a huge... People want to see the show. That's what it is. She's like a Broadway theater show on with her music and performance, and the tickets are insane. Okay, so the next song is Gorgeous.
Which we've heard yet.
How far into the tour was this performance? Because I feel like at that moment, I could be wrong, could be reading too much in this, but I feel like her standing there listening to the crowd, which of course she loves, but I feel like this is almost like a welcome back party. It seems like there's a little bit of the crowd is cheering her.
It's the last show.
Okay, so she's laying everything on the table here. But this is what I like, though, is that it seems like it's a bit of a we're behind you, Taylor type cheer. The crowd obviously loves her, and they all know the crap she's been through before the album was made. And okay, there she's kind of soaking it in, as you'd say.
Yeah.
I know how many things there are available for you to do on a Saturday night. You have lots of options.
Oh, Taylor, you're the first option. Don't be silly.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, as if they were like,
yeah, I know.
I could just stay home and watch TV.
Another thing that you guys did. Jesslyn.
It's reminds me of those kids shows, when you're a kid. Look, it's Stevie. It's Ryan.
Stephanie.
Stacy.
Nathan.
Elliot. And I'm Taylor. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
They're gorgeous. You can't help but not think that as you're watching them, like, yeah, you're saying this guy's gorgeous, but come on, Taylor, you're gorgeous.
Yeah, I know. What I find great, I know this is going to sound, I don't know how it's going to sound, but what I like what Taylor's done here, I noticed like her dancers, they're all body types, and I like that. Like there's, there's thin girls, but there's not thin ladies on her dance team. I think it's great. The crew hired women of all different shapes, colors, sizes, and ages. There's younger ladies, older ladies, and I think that's great. Yep. She got people that were talented and people that she wants to work with, and I think that's great. Obviously, during the song "Gorgeous," that's obvious that they're doing that introduction to the team during that. But what I like is you see all different body types, skin colors. I believe that's truly Taylor being Taylor, that she's giving all these ladies a voice and a chance and an opportunity, because this goes on their resume. Say what you want, this goes on their resume that they were singers and backup dancers to a Taylor Swift tour. This is good for their careers.
I like that she humanizes them too by going like, here's their names, and they get their own little spotlight, and they're in the video. And apparently that's a thing that they do. She does that repeatedly, is introduces the singers and the dancers.
Danny's saying that a lot of these individuals have been here since 2012 with her, so that's great. So that's their team. Great. That being said, that's very cool. Also, Danny wanted to say that the next song or performance is a mashup of older songs that we don't know. They're called Style, Love Story, and You Belong With Me. So again, if you think we should hear the studio version and or music videos to these songs, join our Patreon and give us those requests, because that's how we'll have to hear them. But for now, we'll watch the mashup version of that. Let's do it. Love Story and You Belong to Me were from her second studio album. Wow, going way back. Fearless is the name of the album. That song was already 10 years old at the time of this tour. That's crazy to think. I would have liked to hear those two songs live all the way through.
Right.
Especially that second one, Love Story, I think it was. I really like the sound of that. Now, I'm sure it sounds good on the studio version. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind seeing the videos or the music video if people want to request that. But I like the sound of that. I just kind of wish we heard the whole song. That's all.
I only know these songs, and this is the only reason why. Not because I listen to the radio, but because I do this camp with a bunch of teenagers, and one of the things that we often will do is we'll just play music for them.
Right.
I don't select the tunes. It's usually the kids that go on their iPod and like, let's listen to Taylor, and then they play that song. So that's the only reason I've heard them before, but I've never watched anything like this before.
No.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind, but I get why maybe some early Swift fans might go from that sound to now we're going back to the Reputation album. We've got the next song coming up is Look What You Made Me Do. I forget how it goes. I'll recognize once we hear it because we just heard the album like 2 days ago.
I think it was from the first half of the album.
Okay. We're almost nearing 100 people on our Twitch. Come on, people. Share this. Share this on your Swifty sites. Share our Twitch stream on your Swifty socials. Let's go. Let's see if we can hit 100. We'll keep going. If we hit 100, we'll keep going. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look what you just made me do.
We were kind of on the fence about that last song in the album because of that abrupt shift to the could make, but here they kind of filled it out in the way that I was hoping they would. This had kind of a rock, edgier sound. Remember, I think I said that about this song. I wonder what this song would sound like if they increased the rock or added a little less electronic beats. And I think that they do that. It's interesting to see that it's a better song when they do that.
This song's a fun song. It seems like anything that might have been a track that weren't as crazy about on the studio is just enhanced by the performance, the show. I mean, this is what she does now. The snakes, the stage, it's insane. Like, how long were people waiting? 2 hours? It's amazing how quickly they're able to switch everything. And these snakes come out and these images and the costume changes. She comes on the stage. Obviously, it's very quick. This is a well-oiled machine. What I find fascinating is how much different the stage looks from the previous songs that we saw. And I thought that stage at the beginning was amazing. And I thought we were just going to have that the whole show. Taylor probably didn't even have to do all this.
Yeah.
If she had just had the setup with the screens, the curtain, and the fireworks coming out, or whatever it was, I think everyone would have left just as happy. But she does this, we're like, holy smokes, now we got snake. Like, we're only a quarter of the way through the show here. What else does she have?
Yeah.
This is Endgame, which we did not like on the album because of the guest stars. I'll be curious to see how it translates on the big stage here. Okay.
Yeah. That was a different song.
Yeah, it's still not the greatest song.
It doesn't elevate it to the point where, now I'm going to keep listening to that one.
No.
On my phone.
No. Yeah, she did a little bit of the rap, but it was a bit of a different song. This is not a slight on Taylor, but it almost seemed like, we better play this as a single from the album. The energy level did drop a little bit. Did you notice that? Like, it's a little bit of a drop, So on that high note, no.
If I had a team,
I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait till she does an outfit change where they can't find her clothes, so she just has to come up in her underwear. Well, they couldn't find my outfit, guys. Well, here I am in my underwear. Okay, Ryan, you can't. It's buffering. Okay, what album is this song from?
Oh. You asked and they did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're hilarious.
Oh.
Hello. Yeah, the drummer definitely had like...
Yeah, the drummer was there. You can hear that acoustic, we could tell, we've been in enough shows, like that's an acoustic drum playing in the background. It's just he's behind the stage somewhere playing it, which is weird because I know he said, hey, welcome to my band. They came up with that 3-song medley and off they went again. Yeah, I mean, because it's a different sound for this album. It's a lot more electronic music. We know that. But that was definitely a real drum player. It's too bad we didn't see him playing it too, but maybe they just wanted you to focus on the
performance
costume, the costume part of the drummers hitting the drums. So you're right, those weren't making any sounds, but they were in beat with the drums. Anyways, that's just us not criticizing, but just there's a part of me that I just kind of like to see the drummer banging away. But yeah, you would have been distracted. Of note that the men The men were all ripped and fit, and so she has her type of men.
How come there's no chubby guys?
No fat guys. Come on, where's the middle-aged dad bods like us up there on stage?
Represent Taylor. How come Taylor? Just give us a call. We'll go on stage and I'll bang those drums and sweat.
Imagine need you with our shirts off.
We'd be like, oh, just hang on. Oh.
Well, here we are banging drums. Oh, what's the next song? Have we been told?
I'm not sure what the next song is. Oh, it's Delicate from.
Oh, I like this song. I really like this song. It's one that definitely grows on you because I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, oh yeah. Then I heard it again in the car the next day when I was driving the family. I said, oh, I really okay. I'll be interested in hearing this live. Okay.
Yeah.
On your wrist. There they are.
Oh wow.
Have you had these at concerts where they light up and do this?
But that's not the only thing about them.
They did it at a Coldplay concert. I loved it. I was kind of getting that feeling when we listened to the album. Yes, it's about reputation and talking about reputation and, trying to understand where you sit with your reputation. It felt like a lot of it was about moving on from that and kind of like getting past that. It's just cool to hear her like actually phrase what my general, like, I guess hope for what that album was about.
Yeah.
No, I like it.
I like it too. I agree.
That would have been something to see.
All right, Dallas.
We get kind of like a snapshot of what that would have felt like. But I can imagine this doesn't come close to what it would feel like to have been in the crowd,
sure. Of course,
for that.
That goes for, of course.
For any concert. This one in particular, I just feel like, we can see that the colors are just so beautiful and the stage is so well lit and everything's set up so nicely and, everything's timed well. To actually be there in person and to witness it firsthand is an entirely different experience. So it's cool that we got to see it, at least this version of it.
This is a lot of fun. It just so happened two different people. One person requested and paid for, of course, the Netflix concert. Another person paid for the album. I don't think it was correlated. I don't think these two individuals, Danny and Liam, I don't think they talked to each other. So it really worked out that both individuals. So everyone thank Liam for the Reputation album and thank Danny for pledging this concert. So it's just a great back-to-back experience for us to hear the album and then see the corresponding tour to that album. Yeah. It's a beautiful performance, great little lights set up, the bracelets, her talking to the crowd, the little segue to the song. Just love the line about, we can't make any promises, talking to Joe about the future, but, you can make me a drink. Like right now, we can enjoy our time together. We have right now. Let's not worry about the future necessarily. Let's just enjoy it. And I do this all the time. We all do as humans. We have anxiety or we focus too much. What's next? What's next? What's next? What a year from now, 2 years from now, tomorrow. It's just... You're in the moment right now. Why are we focus so much on the future that we're never living in the moment? And it's so cliche, but it's cliche for a reason because we're all guilty of it.
Yeah. She even said that. She said, we get wrapped up in what our reputation is and what people think and and
you're just not even enjoying yourself, who you are. All right. So the next one is a song called Shake It Off.
This one I know. I know I've heard this one.
From the album 1989. Now, this will be the second song we've heard from the album, I guess officially. We heard My Wildest Dreams, I believe, a live performance of that. And now this one. Okay.
I'll be surprised if you don't recognize this song. I'll be shocked, actually, if you don't recognize this.
Nathan, I am such a mini boomer. I never listen to the radio. When I drive my car, it's my music in the car. So. But now my kids are
Style was from 1989 too, yeah.
Oh, Style, that's right. Okay, so we've heard 3 from that. But again, not the studio versions. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We just heard some live performances. Okay, so here we go.
They can't pay for albums anyway, so why are you winking and nudging?
Let's just say Taylor is different. I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Hey, only Swifties are watching this, so let's just say if a Swiftie DMs us on the side and pledges the old pricing tier, well, the new one that we have for albums now, I should say. We'll work something out. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Yeah. All right, continue.
All right.
We'll get to it quicker, put it that way.
Just decided to do a little exploring around the stadium to see.
I'll be shocked if you don't know the song.
Good time back here.
But it's just the halftime.
Yeah.
Not even. It reminded me of the song Shake It Like a Polaroid. Now, I don't know if that's intentional or not. It sort of reminded me of that. I don't know if I've heard this. Now, people are saying, oh, it's played everywhere on shops. And guys, I don't shop. I don't go out. I go to work. I come home. I'm such a hermit, man.
You're hilarious. I can't believe you haven't heard that song.
If I have, when did this album come out? I mean, when did this album come out?
So that's 89. So that's like, I think I've heard this song more than any Taylor song.
If I've heard it, I don't know if I've listened to it, if that makes sense. So maybe my brain.
2014. Yeah.
Well, so that's 8 years, almost 8.5
Almost
years
9
ago.
years.
2014, you said? So 2014, my twin, you know what? I had the twins were babies. They were infants then.
Yeah.
My life was I have twins, so they're 8.5 now. Oh, yeah. So they were just born.
Oh, yeah.
Around the time this song came out. So that's probably why, my brain was a fog the first 2 years of their life. So that makes sense. There you go. That might explain. What do you mean? I don't know, guys. I don't even remember. I feel like I'm still catching up on sleep. Yeah, if that's a fun song, I could see why that song is very popular. It's a fun song. It's got a fun little beat. But it almost seems like a show closer. Like if you were to tag this performance at the end of the show, because you got the band playing, you could tell there's a band playing. I kind of feel bad for them because the guy was doing a guitar solo. You could hear that it was a live solo with a live. I kind of wish I got to see them too, even if they're just somewhere else. I don't know. Are we not seeing them on the video footage? Are they there? Well, Cassie, you were at the concert. Let us know. Could you see the band playing somewhere? Okay.
So that's the closer for the 1989 tour. So
okay.
You're right. It's a fan favorite because it's like the most played Taylor Swift song, I think, of all her songs. Yeah.
I get it. Oh, this is the first tour where they're kind of hidden. So they're there, but they're kind of interesting. Well, the stage is big. This is a production. Remember, here's a little nerdy trivia for you young kids. So in movies, this is a long time ago. I mean, before our time. But when movies were first shown in theaters, they would have instruments playing the music in the theater.
And they're in the pit.
They're in the pit. That's right. Yeah. They do it at the Oscars, for example. The Oscars still does that. That's why they do that. It's kind of a nod to the early days of film. So the Oscars has the musical people playing their violins and the conductor down there. It's below the stage, kind of in front of the crowd, below the stage. So this is kind of a nod to that. This is a big production. They are playing. I just kind of feel bad. I hope they kind of come back maybe for the Midnight's tour because they're definitely playing and they're sounding great. I just kind of feel bad for them, but they get free hotels and they're fine. They get to travel the world to Taylor. I'm sure. I don't think
the rest of their life is paid for. They're good.
They're fine. I know. What's the next song, by the way? Do we know what's next?
Nope.
Okay, copy that. Let's go. Oh, older song probably. The acoustic guitar.
Just had a. Thank
What?
you so
What?
much.
What's this?
You brought her a pic?
I feel like it's really important to be honest with you guys. I have a tiny, minuscule cold.
Oh no, too.
This is just going to be me blowing my nose. I'm going to turn around to do it. That feeling, but we were dancing.
Cool. I remember.
That was the. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
I remember the version from the album. It's almost like awkwardly timed.
I mentioned that they threw in that EDM sound somewhere in the song, and it felt. Yeah. I think this was the song where I said it felt. Oh, we better just chuck that that dead sound into the song. I was like,
put some snaps in there. Yeah. I'm glad that she said that at the beginning because it just confirmed kind of what I had already suspected that you could take her music, and I wonder if that's going to happen when the whole copyright stuff gets worked out because she seems to be very holding on to those copyright things. Maybe 100 years from now when it goes into the public record and nobody it becomes public property, that will happen. But you could take her music and change it and it has the same core. She confirmed that. It's very cool.
I'm sure Swifties have already seen this. And I know she's done it with a lot of her songs, but when she does the stripped down version with just her and the acoustic guitar, it just confirms her singing ability, her musical ability, and the fact that the songs that she writes has that bass or that skeleton, so to speak, of the song. We were making fun of the song, retro reaction to I've Got the Power. Not every song has its place, but you can't strip down. You can't. I'm sure you could come up with some sort of acoustic version of that, But you get what I'm saying. Like, but that's what I love about her stuff. Yeah, I make that a challenge, as the acoustic version to I Got the Power. But the old man Ryan likes kind of likes that version a little bit more. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah. No, but then she rockifies versions too, which I love. And that apparently is on the 1989 tour, which I guess we're going to have to go back in time one day and watch that. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Okay. All right. What's the next song, folks? Tell us on our Twitch. We're behind. You guys are supposed to be ahead of us. Oh, the next song is the surprise song. It was different at every show. Okay.
All Too Well.
At this show, it was All Too Well from Red. Thank you. Chloe did tell us. Sorry, Chloe. I apologize. Chloe did tell us. All Too Well from Red. We don't know that song, do we? And we don't know that album.
She threw the pick.
Oh, wow. Okay. There's something about this song, I think, too, when she sings it live. I don't know what's going on here. This is twice now where like you just fall in love with her again. And something about this performance that brings something out in her as well. I mean, obviously the crowd feels it. We feel it. The rhythm of the lyrics. I mean, her singing is just, I don't know how many registers she can sing. And it doesn't matter. This is what I mean by this technicality of voice. But she has this purest voice, a very pure, clean, angelic, something about her voice. She sings a lot of the songs the same kind. I'm not a vocal coach. Don't at me. This is just what I'm experiencing. This all
you need to.
But what she does in her register and her range is so pitch perfect. And so clean, and it almost seems effortless. She's singing this. It's like she's able to project quietly, loudly. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, okay. She emotes without straining, which actually will lead to a longer career of her singing abilities to sing safely. So she's able to sing in such a soft, quiet, loud way. It's hard to explain. Like, I've seen a lot of singers, but I feel like her type of singing will make her longevity that much longer. I think she'll be an amazing singer for a long time. I love the tone, the timbre of her voice. It's just, and then her playing the acoustic guitar. I mean, she's killing it. How many pop stars, are doing this right now? This is something very unique about Taylor. She's really the whole package. She could do acoustic only. There's just her. I wonder what the sales would be like. Was just her and the acoustic guitar tour, and I wouldn't be surprised if something like that comes.
Spot on, all of that. As I was listening to this song, this is like the third or fourth time that we've heard it, and we didn't recognize it. I can't believe that. Another thing that I'm picking up with, as a male watching a female artist perform, this is the power of music here. This is actually helping me to see things from a female perspective that I didn't think I would actually get. Emotion is a very powerful thing, and music is equally as powerful. And in listening to her singing the song, I mean, she even said at the beginning, she said, this is a song I wrote. So I was going through this hard time, but it's kind of morphed into other things. While as I'm watching her, you can see like the people are reacting emotionally to this song. And it's partly because it's Taylor on stage and they're here, but they're all actually reliving experiences in their own minds through the words. Watching that and then listening to the words with that context, that's what makes me feel emotional. Not the song. I'm not reliving times in relationships that went bad in my mind as I'm watching this.
Yeah,
but I'm watching other people get emotional listening to it. And that actually makes me feel more emotional because I'm now empathizing with them and going like, man, what are you going through that makes you respond so powerfully to this song that would cause you to tear up or to feel this emotion? That is powerful. That's the power of music.
Well said. Okay. So the next one, Nathan, is we're going back to 1989's album, and the song is called Blank Space. It's about the character that the media wrote for her. She took their words and made a song out of it. It's one of her best lyrical songs, and this is in Caroline's opinion, who wrote that. Thank you, Caroline. Great that we have the captions up so we can read the lyrics as she sings. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
What did she change? Am I like, what happened there?
She just give her code away to somebody in the crowd?
I guess so.
I doubt it.
I mean, yeah, that's a fun, nice song. Oh, boy, there's a thought that I had. Now it's gone.
It's okay.
Oh, no.
I'm going to start with this.
Go ahead.
For some reason, I thought I was going to know that last song, but I haven't heard that one. Yeah, it's a great song. This is kind of Taylor's sound from before. I think this is kind of what a lot of people were more used to with Taylor, is that chorus and verses and like the whole, like what you would expect from a song, right? Curious. I'm sure that there's Swifties that are divided on this, that are kind of like, I like the old stuff where it sounds like a song and I can kind of sing with it. And then there's others that are like, nope, the direction she's going is a much better direction, more artistic, less traditional. I'm just curious to hear what people, it sounds like some people, even in the chat, I can see people are like, yeah, I love Blank Space so much. And others are like, I don't really like that song. Not that that song is the dividing line, but I'd be curious to see where people stand today.
So did we luck out in some ways coming in late to the party, experiencing all the sounds at once? Because I'm going to say indifferent. I like the older stuff that we've heard on this tour, for example, like that medley of songs. I enjoyed that country pop sound, and I love her Midnight's album. Funny enough, the first album you and I have ever heard, were maybe unique. The first album we hear from Taylor is Midnight's. That's the first album we've heard from her. Maybe we came in from a unique position, but I'm enjoying experiencing all the flavors of Taylor. I'm enjoying them all. I'm not too wrapped up about what came first, last, second, third. To me, it's just a smorgasbord of Taylor. I'm just eating her up. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
No, stop. Just stop. Okay.
What? I'm just saying. I'm metaphorically speaking. What do you? Yeah, Brian, don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't. Yeah,
fly swatter ready here.
Okay, yeah, you better hurry. You and I are 47-year-old guys. I'm thinking to myself, like, should I? Because look at the crowd. It's 90% female. A lot of the guys are probably there with their girlfriends or there with their wives. I wonder how many people would be like me and you go. I mean, like,
what are you doing
Ryan
tonight,
and Nathan.
Ryan? I got some tickets for Taylor Swift. Yeah.
So I could be wrong with the numbers, but let's be honest. I got to be pretty close with the ratio numbers here. Okay. But why? Why? Like, this is good stuff. This is good music. It's catchy. It's fun. It's well done. Huge productions. Incredible stage show. Is there a stigma then attached to liking her because she's Taylor Swift? Is her own popularity her own detriment for getting people like us to like her? Well, we didn't listen to her before, Nathan. It's because of our channel that we started listening to her. We started doing this because we're like, oh, we need to... Who is she? Why is she? If I didn't do a YouTube channel, I wouldn't be asking that question and doing it by myself.
So this is, 6 years ago now, that this 2018, when this tour happened. So I would guess that this is what's going to happen with Taylor, that audience is going to kind of homogenize a bit more. And I would guess, like, at the beginning, it was probably even more. It was probably even more like 96% female audience. That's just my guess. My guess is that it'll become less stigmatized, because I know it. I know that it was a stigma to like Taylor Swift when I was teaching school, because I'd see guys do it to each other all the time, where there'd be a guy who'd be like, I love Taylor Swift, and then other guys, you like Taylor Swift? I'd see them do that in school. And I wasn't sure where I sat with it, even. It'd be interesting to see what the next tour, the round of tour, what the makeup of the audience will be. I imagine it'll still be predominantly female, but I would bet that you're going to see a lot more, a variety of people that have been drawn to Taylor Swift now.
She'll probably continue to grow. I mean, she's so young in some ways, like, what, mid-30s, 33. All right, so what's the next song, folks, and what album is it from? Let's go, Nathan.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
They got no idea about me and you. There was an indentation in the shape of you. Walk on me, a golden tattoo. Only like this dress so you.
Oh. Yeah.
There you go.
Kick it on, yeah.
Hang on. Let me pause that. In honor of Louis Fuller. To 1928. Okay. Pioneer of the arts.
Who fought for artists to own their work. Oh, this is the issue with their albums, right?
Oh, yeah. Wait a second. Isn't this a family show? Or is it?
She's expressing her sexuality or her and her lover. It's a lover song. It's about her and her lover. In the song, where Joe probably, and by all means she's allowed to, but she's never crude about it. You know, some singers do that, touching their private area or touching their like, okay, settle down, girls or guy, whatever, we get it. She moves sensually without being, or seductively without being
erotic
crude,
or
crass.
Crass. Yeah, that's really Yeah, that's really it. Yeah, that's a great song. I didn't know how I would imagine that song performed when we listened to it. But I like that she did it with style. I guess that's more what I was surprised. I thought it would be a little bit more crass or a little more over the top seductive, and it wasn't. So
the next one is a mashup of two songs: "Bad Blood" from 1989, so another song from 89, and "Should Have Said No" from her debut album.
Oh, from like the beginning.
We don't know either song, of course, so I don't even know where one will begin or end, but okay.
'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know we used to be mad love. So take a look what you've done.
So the song was about Katy Perry, but her and Katy Perry have since made up, so that's great. The reason the snakes is because Kim Kardashian called her a snake. What I love about Taylor, she embraced it and made it her own. Now the snake is a thing. It's a prop. I love it. She's incorporated in her show, and it's fantastic. But I hate the idea that Kim Kardashian is so popular, and she does nothing.
Yeah.
Not only does she do nothing creatively, everything that she does, people do for her. But Ryan, she has perfume. She has purses and clothes. Yeah, she puts her name. This is my clothing line. This is my. But Ryan, she helps with the chemical. Would you shut up? She wouldn't know how to. She wouldn't know how to bake a loaf of bread, or let alone put together perfume on her own. Like, she has people she authorizes and gives her thumbs up, sure, but and she married Kanye, so she has terrible choice in men. Now, lastly, not only is she popular because of a leaked sex tape, her mother filmed it and leaked it.
I didn't know any of this.
Yeah, people, you got to do some, like, her mother is responsible for the leak. It's all a charade. It's all a business. It's all, like, so people that buy into the Kardashians, you're being lied to. You're being duped. What I love about Taylor, so you have this individual called Kim Kardashian who has no talent. She can't, imagine Kim playing guitar and singing to her. Like, consenting adults, do what you want. But don't pretend that this is the thing, that you've got this individual calling Taylor the snake. Like, who are you? I have opinions about Kim, and I won't call her any names, but you can guess what they might be. But Kim calls it to Taylor because her stupid husband, like this is what I love about Taylor. She takes this, embraces it, makes art out of it, and she's got the snake, and she's still like, and her clapbacks are just amazing because it's done with talent and class, not crass. And I hate the fact that Kim is a $1 billion empire, and people that support this, you support it with your money, watching their stupid reality TV show. The only way to get these people not to be billionaires is to stop buying their freaking products and stop watching the shows. So you should be going to Taylor shows and turning off the Kim show. There you go, my rant over.
Oh, I love your epic rant. This is why most people come and watch, just so they can hear your rant. I agree with everything you said. Really, it's Kim projecting. It's probably something that Kim sees herself as a snake and has kind of embraced herself as she would do all those things. And then it's so odd for her to bring this up as if she's some kind of white knight calling out Taylor Swift. What did you expect would happen when you started calling her out? It shouldn't come as a shock to her that she got quite a bit of clapback from it, but...
Be the example. Be the advocate of kindness. Be the advocate of a good person. I want to see more Taylor. I need to cleanse my palate, my brain. Look at me. I'm Kim Kardashian. I broke the internet with my butt. Oh, wow. You only broke the internet because you announced that you broke the internet. It's so stupid. You didn't break anything. The only thing you broke was my brain cells. Listen to you talking about breaking the internet.
Something happened for the first time. The darkest sense of paradise shaking, pacing.
The band makes it so much better, the live band sound.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a highlight performance there.
Oh, yeah. That's probably the best performance. That would be so much fun to be present and hear that. We're just getting like a taste of it and going, wow, this is amazing. But to be in there and feel the, like, as the band's coming out and as they open it up and the flames and the chorus and the backup singers, the way that she kind of riffed a little bit with her voice there, even more than the original song. I'm feeling the hair standing up again. That's probably my favorite one so far.
incredible performance. That song was enhanced definitely by the live band, the guitar solo. What I love is the singing is so good that you think it's a backing pre-recorded track, but it's not. They have like 10 or 15 female singers with that live band. They're all like spread out.
Yeah.
So it's just this great chorus performance by everybody. So that was totally enhanced by the live band. Just everything. It was great. Costumes.
Part 3.
Yeah, it's just the last 35 minutes of the show. So really, part 2 was kind of, we got really wrapped up and we did almost an hour of recording. So
don't blame me. Taylor made me crazy.
Yeah, let us know in the chat if you remember what the next song is and what album it's from. And it gives us an idea if we've heard it or not.
It was the end of a decade, but the start of an age. Long live the walls of my life with you.
She's being the most real in that moment, her most genuine self. In a lot of the other ones where she's kind of like attitude and like it's a little more fun and a little bit more of a persona that she's playing. Rightfully so. Maybe when she is that angry, that's what she's like. But here, this is really true Taylor. This is her being the most like herself.
This is at the very least I don't say humble's the right word, but just seeing her be that way on the piano, soft, quiet, introspective, soaking in the crowd. You could tell that she's, feeling the energy from the crowd, the cheers, not as, oh, they're cheering for me. She's recognizing this is a mutual experience. The crowd loves Taylor and the Taylor loves the crowd. And this goes for a lot of artists who perform live, of course. It is mutual. But she definitely is one of the artists that isn't egotistical about it. Like, I'm Taylor Swift. There's some very popular artists where it's like, oh, leave your ego at the door, please. She is truly still that girl under the Christmas tree that we saw in that video on her channel. Did that Christmas song where it seems like she's still like, I can't believe I'm here. I mean, she recognizes that she's here, but at the same time, I don't think it's gotten to her head. She's aware of it. She has to protect herself from a lot of different things. She's had to change her life because of it. But I don't think she sees herself more than the girl that open up those gifts around that Christmas tree in those home movies. She's just that girl still.
Yeah, and we haven't seen tons of the behind the scenes with her and her fans, and I think that would be a really great thing for us to see more of. Here we're seeing she seems genuinely happy that these fans are really reacting with her. This is kind of their last tour, and her expression seemed like there was nothing about that seemed fake. I'd love to see her generosity side. We kind of got to see that with, just as a side note, we saw Louis Tomlinson do that whole thing with that old guy, the bucket list thing, and that was really fun to watch. I'd love to see that side of it, because I know there's videos out there of Taylor doing that. I haven't seen any of them, but it'd be great to watch some of those.
Join our Patreon. Join.
Yeah. That's all we're doing. We're just trying to make money here. That's all we do.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's where stuff gets voted on, and that's where the voices are heard.
I've watched a lot of young people get like really excited to Taylor Swift music. When I work at this camp, I work in the summer and as a teacher and all that stuff, I've seen people just get really like worked up and just pumped about it. Taylor Swift gives people permission to kind of just enjoy. That's a good example of a song that's like that. As I'm watching the audience kind of dance and just kind of let loose, some awkward teenagers trying to be comfortable with themselves. That's a great thing if you think about that for a moment. If that's what Taylor Swift's music is doing, is giving young people in general, but certainly a lot of young people, permission to move, to like enjoy themselves, to have fun with, be comfortable with who they are and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal thing. I'm all for that. Whether or not the music makes me feel that or not, doesn't matter. I'm the kind of person that likes watching people enjoy themselves. I don't mean like voyeurism. I just mean I like watching. I was trying to deflate that before it became a thing.
What? Yeah, let's just every joke that Ryan can say, let's just stop it before it happens. That's what everyone wants to see.
I think it does so much good that people really find meaning in Taylor's music. To me, that's wonderful, that people are finding so much of their own identity, of their just feeling comfortable in their own skin by listening to her music.
Oh, well said. I just enjoy watching young people enjoy themselves. Okay. All right. Let's go. What's next? Call it what you want, Nathan. Call it what you want. This is the worst channel on YouTube.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. It sounds like Renegade, which is the next song, is a response to this song. That's what people are saying in the chat. Or Joe's response. Because I think, didn't Joe help write that song?
Joe? The boyfriend?
What? Oh, it's not the next song. Okay.
Okay, are you talking about Joe the boyfriend?
Yeah, I'm getting
Okay. Yeah.
fly swatted by the
No,
people
it's
in the
okay.
chat.
No, you're okay, Nathan. Everybody likes you, Nathan. You're fine. You're a sweet.
No. Yeah. He didn't help write it? Okay, well, what's all this stuff about Renegade? I just see in the chat that, like, Renegade is...
That's why I ignore the chat. Well, only for information. That's why I like our Discord chat a little bit better. It's a little quieter, and I can ask questions there. But no, we want people to chat and interact with each other, but it's hard for, like, people want us to pay attention. I don't want to get accused of not paying attention like I did in the last time. Someone accused me of not paying attention. So I'm paying attention now. The next one's a medley of We're Never Getting Back Together. This is why we can't have nice things. That's what they think is next. Okay, we know those songs. Yeah,
we do. Yeah.
Okay. This is why we can't have nice things. That was the Kanye response, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. The thought occurred to me, of course, as we're watching this Reputation tour, and I asked in our Patreon Discord chat, I asked the people there, has there been a tour since the Reputation one? And there was supposed to be, and I figured because of COVID. That the tour, I guess called the Love Fest tour or something, was canceled because of COVID. There was a few one-off shows or whatever, but it wasn't the worldwide tour the Reputation was, right? So that would explain, or the Lover tour or whatever it's called. Anyway, so that would explain a little bit that or helps explain to me, the layman Ryan, about Taylor Swift's world, the big issue with the ticket sales for this concert tour now, the Midnight's tour, the Eras tour. For Taylor fans, 4 years is a lifetime, and there's been albums in between. COVID's been, lifted more or less. You can go to concerts again. So the idea that she's touring again is obviously, people are itching, especially after the success of the Reputation tour. It just success breeds success, right? That tour was huge. Everyone's talking about it. It's on Netflix. We're all seeing it. So people that missed that tour watch it on Netflix, like, oh my goodness, I have to go to a Taylor show. This is amazing. Yeah. They see this and they realize they have to go. So it's no wonder that she's selling and breaking this break. Now she really is breaking the internet properly with her talent. I also want to ask the question. It's called the Eras tour, which would indicate to me, I don't know what she's released or what she's revealed. Era would mean, of course, she's had different eras in her career. So I wonder, is the show going to be like beginning, middle, end of her career? Is she going to mix songs around? I'd be very curious to see what she does with this tour when that gets released. And my last thing I want to say, who in our Twitch, I'm just curious, has tickets? And how much were they? And where are you going? I'm just kind of curious about that kind of stuff. So those Swifties out there, who's got tickets? How much do they cost? How much did they set you back? And when and where are you going?
People are saying that the set list isn't really public, it's private. And I would guess that it's not called the Midnight's tour, right? It'll have some songs from it for sure, but it's not she doesn't need to promote her own album. Let's put it that way. There are some artists that do tours specifically so they can promote their album, which boosts their sales. Blah, blah, blah. That's kind of the whole shtick. My guess is that this tour is a little more of a, hey, all those albums I've released between the last tour and this one, let's address those albums in one tour. Oh.
So we got ticket prices anywhere from $150 for those nosebleed top level to $1,500. Okay.
Holy cow.
That's awesome. Good for you people. I mean, that's great. I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. Don't buy things, buy experiences. So this is a situation where you're buying the experience. That's why I love concerts. You can't take a concert home with you, but that experience can't be replicated. It's hard to explain. It's a very addictive, not addictive is the right word, but there's a reason why people pay what they pay, and there's a reason why people love live shows. They can never be duplicated. There's something about live shows. All right. So the next one, is the Never Ever / We Can't Have Nice Things. Is apparently what's next. Okay.
All right.
We love you, Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much for an incredible evening and an amazing tour. We love you. Please give it up for the dancer.
No encore.
Yeah, no encore. It's just what an interesting choice. I would never have guessed. I would never have guessed that's the song. Because listening to the Reputation album, that's the closer. I would never have guessed in a million. I mean, it's a great rocker. It jam.
After the piano stuff that she was doing, and everyone was it really felt the crowd was quite emotional for that. You have to do something that brings everybody up and kind of gets them to laugh and have fun and just feel something. If she left in the middle of an emotional song or some other kind of not a fun song, it would leave with people, sure, it would leave them hanging, come to the next one, but it would leave them in a place she wants her fans to leave feeling this euphoric joy, at the end of it. Yeah. So I think it nails it. That song nails it at the end. Yeah.
Watching that happen, yes. I think if you were to say, hey, Ryan, pick a song for the Reputation album that she would close with before we saw any of the set list, before we just pick a song. I don't know if either one of us would pick that song as a closer. Seeing it happen, it works. Great jam session at the end. I mean, she's giving high fives to her crew, waving to the crowd. I mean, and the way she goes down below and exits stage bottom. Yeah, she's great. Sweating, fantastic. Yeah. I didn't want to see her go. I was like, oh, bye. I miss you already. Oh. I miss you, Taylor, already. Nobody wants it to end, right? Nobody wanted it to end. And, I understand that. Yeah, people are saying a lot of the Swifties are saying they would have called it either for a closer. So. I like how she asked. Just ask. Yeah, she didn't know, but that's funny.
I was lost. It's a big stage. Okay, I'm alone out here, so I feel like I'm in the wrong place.
Can you imagine all this being done for you?
Oh, that was awesome. I'm really looking forward to kind of where this goes next.
I'm going to the Midnights tour. No, I can't go. I can't afford it.
Yeah, I can't afford it. Somebody can pay for it. Somebody can sponsor us to go to it.
Yeah, sure, sponsor us.
That'd be cool. Hey, like we could get some footage and Welp, here we are at Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. I don't even know if she's coming to. Is she coming to Vancouver?
That was enjoyable. All it does is it makes me want to go to a concert again.
I know.
It makes me feel like I just want to. I haven't been to a concert for forever. Really, the last concert I went to was with my girls to Coldplay, and that was like,
that's a good show. That's a big show.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, she's not coming to the closest venue for me is Las Vegas.
Oh, so no Canadian tour.
No, I don't know. No Canadian dates. That's kind of weird. Well, or at least closest.
We're not big enough.
That's what she said. Taylor would say that to me. She'd be like, "Oh, that's really? I'm 6 feet tall, and that's what you're packing." Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, I won't break at the end of this. We'll be fine. We can make it to the end of this.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us on this. And who was it that pledged this? Was this Liam?
Boy, Liam was the album.
Codename, Danny.
Danny. Yeah. Thank you, Danny. Danny, everyone in our, everyone on Twitch, thank Danny. She paid for this whole thing.
Yes.
It was not cheap. She, it was the price of a Taylor ticket up in the nosebleeds. I'm not gonna lie to you. So everyone thank Danny for this experience. It's been not only enjoyable for me and Nathan, but really it's been enjoyable to watch it with Swifties. And I know it sounds corny, but I've enjoyed watching with people that love Swift and who've kind of made it fun for us, even more fun for us. It was just me and Nathan watching it alone. It would be fun, but it's kind of fun to watch with people that are such fans of Taylor and giving us insights and their own fandom, and we do appreciate that.
And if this actually makes it to YouTube, which I highly doubt,
this will not go on YouTube. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna try.
We'll try.
But a Netflix show being not blocked on YouTube is highly unlikely. So.
Yeah, it'll get blocked. It'll live in a happy place on Patreon. And thanks everybody for joining us. We hope to see you in the Welpdom and on the next one.
Join our Patreon. I hate to say it, but if you join our Patreon, that's where you get your voice heard. More Taylor Swifts can be voted on. The good news is we've taken away our album tier, so it won't cost you as much. But get your votes in. It's a fraction of the cost, and I suspect that Taylor votes will win many months to come, but we won't do the things that aren't voted on, and it's voted on by patrons. That's how it works. The patrons have the voice. Okay.
Thanks so much. Bye.